Yeah, and that process looks different for everyone, man. And I think it hasn't been ideal for him this year with injuries and figuring out the weight class. But like we mentioned earlier, he's coming on at the right time with some bonus for the Jackrabbits in a back-to-back duels and just getting back into it right. It's hard.
His only loss, you got to remember, in the Cliff Keen invite back in December, he had a medical forfeit. So he hasn't truly been beat this year, 8-1. Again, limited opportunities, battling through injuries. But to go out and, you know how this goes. When you face individuals whom you are significantly higher ranked than, that you're better than, you're favored, and you're supposed to win, sometimes those are ones that can almost be grinders of sorts. To jump out to get 2 pinfalls, that's impressive.
Yeah, and I think Bennett does a good job of I've talked with my own guys in a high school program, and it's no different than college. Like, he doesn't have anything to protect, right? Bennett's an All-American, but that was in 2024. He gets the low single. He's in waterfall position here. He's going to want to try and keep. You don't want that leg to get straightened. He does a good job of clearing it. Now he's going to try and really hip in here. Big hips, controlling far ankle. He gets a quick, easy 3 run around. But what I was saying, I mean, he's not pointing 2 years ago saying, I'm an All-American, I can't lose right now. I think he had a disappointing national tournament with an injury that happened there. Then we have an injury at the Cliff Keen, and I think he's just really excited to be on the mat and get back doing what he loves,
How hard is it for him to go from 84 to 97?
I mean, I can't personally speak to it. I've seen both sides, right? I think it's no disrespect. I mean, I'm disrespecting myself, honestly, talking about it. But as you increase in weight in wrestling, the technique goes down. Strength goes up. Maybe athleticism, you could argue. Explosivity might go up with some bigger guys. But the technique goes down, right? So you see that attack right there from space, a low-level outside step, circling like this. Like, hopefully he scores it, but this isn't a position in an attack you often see from 197-pounders. I couldn't do that, right? So I think it's just like the technique, if it can continue into the weight class, but I do think it can be hard if your effort level and your strength can't come with it, because it gets to be, if he doesn't finish that attack and you have all that effort into those attacks, that can really add up late in the match.
Okay, this is the fascinating part of all this, what I want to get into. Okay, so you went into what Berge brings to the table that's unique at 97 that you might not always see. But what are the things that he doesn't have when he gets to 97 that he's needed to accumulate?
Yeah, I think just the pace of the match. 97, it's usually a slower match. Guys want to slow the match down. They want to squeeze. And I think, 84, last year here, watching him wrestle Max McAnally, 2 184-pounders, 2 of the best in the country, and they're just letting it fly. And there's a lot of 97-pounders that might be trying to slow it down. We got blood time heading here into the second period. Good shot of the coaching staff and Bennett. But, yeah, I think it's not per se what Bennett doesn't have that the weight class has. It's just adjusting to what the wrestling feels like. And we talk about it's a 14-pound difference, but it's not. These guys, in the offseason can get as big as 225 pounds with a different diet and different weightlifting regimens. And I'm not sure if Bennett's getting as big as 225 pounds in the summer.
Right. That singlet's almost hanging off of Berge right now.
So it's different, but at the end of the day,
he could pull that singlet down below his knees right now. I'm telling you.
Yeah, and
he's got room to fit into that thing.
And back to the original point, doesn't matter how the singlet fits; it's how the guy wrestles, right?
That's exactly right.
He's got all the pieces to do something big. And 197 pounds is there's some hammers at that weight class, but there's not as much as at the 84-pound weight class with all those young freshmen and the Big Ten. So,
how tight did you want your singlet to fit?
I don't know, man.
No, and again, I'm not asking an X-rated question here. I mean, there is something to that, that in basketball you have the discussion sometimes of some like the baggy shorts, some like them, the hip huggers. Like, what was your preference when it came to your singlet?
I mean, honestly, man, it's like, oh, nice cross-leg attempt. It's
Berge's got more
time
blood.
Again, yeah. He's trying to score, though. I like these attacks from space there. Honestly, it's like windbreakers are coming back around kind of thing. Like, honestly, what it used to be, like, you had guys wearing their singlets like mid-leg kind of. They wanted like a tighter singlet. Right now, so many guys are pulling that thing down to their knees, their baggier fits. Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't have had mine down as far as Bennett Berge, but that's where we're at.
And Berge's got a little blood there on the left of the singlet. Jordan Lindbergh and one of the SDSU students going out there to make sure the mat is taken care of, as well as the nostrils of Berge.
Yeah, double plugs going on for Bennett.
Did you ever wrestle with double plugs?
Yeah, absolutely. I wrestled with it all, man. Face mask, broken nose.
So when you got double plugs, how hard is it to breathe?
It's not necessarily the breathing. It is the accumulation of blood that then finds its way to your mouth through your nasal passages.
Interesting.
Great underhook ankle pick from space and keeping your feet in bounds and wrestling through that scramble position. Excellent job from Bennett.
Yeah, the blood's got to go somewhere.
Got to go somewhere. You don't want it coming out of your nostrils. It's going to be finding its way to your mouth. That's honestly the grossest part. Good job keeping his toes in. And that's just great grip strength, too. You have like a near side cradle position. He was able to hold his head down, establish control, and he's cutting him. And we're looking for bonus again at 197 pounds.
And Berge out of Mantorville, Minnesota. Small town northwest of Rochester, population 1,200, and here he is, a two-time NCAA qualifier, an All-American a couple of years ago. And we've talked about this before, first freshman to ever earn All-America honors as a Jackrabbit.
Yeah. High C from space there. You're seeing him start to open up, score points. Blood again from Berge. Yeah.
He lost the plug. Going back to your dam reference.
Yeah.
The dam burst.
Yeah, it burst. I think that Bennett was a high recruit coming out of high school, and
5 consecutive state titles in 5 different weight classes in high school. The Berge stuff fascinates me. That and the fact that not only was the first freshman All-American at SDSU, but he lost his first match at the NCAAs.
Yeah, and to wrestle back
as a freshman.
The way he did was, that was an interesting tournament for the Jackrabbits in general. A great finish, and a lot of people's start to that tournament didn't go how they wanted it to. And
perseverance.
Yes. So I think that's kind of where Bennett's at. It's always something you could point back to for him, and in his own head is, I've done hard things to accomplish the things you want to. You might have these bumps in the road, and it's been injuries the last 16 months. So
that's a great shot, too, for that overhead to show you just how big the mat is, because you can get lost here from the down angles. But when you see that shot directly over the mat, you realize how much real estate that you have to cover.
Yeah, people that don't know, honestly, this is the largest that a mat legally can be. So SDSU is one of the biggest mats. That could be advantageous if you're someone who wants to keep the wrestling going and you want the gas tank to be involved, because it's hard to go out of bounds, right? But then also, from the ref's perspective, if you get someone all the way to the edge and then you get them out of bounds, that's going to be a stall call every time. Bennett, good reaction from a shot from space by Sheeren, and he's gonna want to get to chin here and try and score. He goes underhook. He's want to re-attack himself. He goes double unders. I bet she's going to pull him underneath him from there, unless his head gets beat. Tries to go underneath, fakes again. A major decision already clocked in. You might be looking for attack with a couple more takedowns here.
And Berge up 9 with a minute of riding time in his back pocket as well.
That's good action by both guys there. High C action, re-attack from Cal Baptist.
There again, you see how big the mat is.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's in my opinion, it was always an advantage because the wrestling happened more. There's a good job from every coaching staff that I've seen that's been leading the team, just making that a home field advantage, right?
Yeah, it is what you make of it, right?
Yes. So we'll see how the match finishes out here with 45 seconds. Surprised that there hasn't been a stall call, to be quite honest. Berge with a lot of action, but sometimes, see, elbow pass to near leg, he's going to want to get his knees under him, or he's going to want to try and cap with his left arm. His right arm's going to stay where it's at, but looks like he's content with the stalemate. It's a good job pushing yourself here, Bennett Berge. Getting the most out of the match time you're getting.
Yeah, for being up 13-4, he's dealt with a lot in this one.
Yeah. Well, it's always interesting with the match breakup with all this blood time. The ref's perspective might be different than. Again, I'm seeing a lot of shots coming from the South Dakota State side and a lot of action. But when you got 4 blood times, probably another one if they wanted because the plug fell out. But he's going to let this last 4 seconds wrestle.
It did just fall out.
So great effort from Bennett Berge. Good to see him back in First Bacon Trust Arena. Good action.